Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the McGonigal Podcast. Yeah, I know. I thought we'd be canceled by now, too. Believe me, I'm more surprised than anybody we're still on. What the hell? We'll give it another shot. Tonight, two great guests. On my left, great comedian and joke writer Andy Nolan. Thanks for being here, Andy.
Thanks, Ed. Great to be here.
And on my right, a great comedian and host of the podcast, I Guess I'll Do This. It's Pat House. Pat, thanks for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we should...
Ed, I'm glad we can continue your streak of having white, middle-aged, heterosexual male guests.
Yeah, well...
From the Philadelphia comedy scene. Very small pool.
Don't you know any young black lesbians or anything?
I'm hoping to get a couple transgenders on here for McGonigal Story Drag Story Time coming up in a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to spill the beans. I wanted to keep that quiet, but what the hell. I will start off. I'm going to break my own rule tonight. Normally, I don't want to talk about Trump or Biden, but we got to talk about Biden. We got to talk about Biden. I don't know about anybody else. I'm hoping he wins because I love a senile president. I love him. I'm hoping for 4 more years of this guy stumbling around, shaking hands with invisible people. I've had...
You're
guys,
assuming he can make it 4 years. I mean,
hopefully they can prop him up with this kind of. When are we going to get this kind of comedy again in the White House? We got to vote for this guy. Pat, what do you think?
It's like a Weekend at Bernie's kind of thing.
It's even better. It's great. I'm in favor of it. People are saying he's got to step down. I hope not, because this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. This guy being president of the United States.
Non-stop crazy things coming out his mouth. Trump too. I mean, they're just.
Well,
a couple of characters.
Imagine having a contest where Trump isn't the craziest person. That's amazing that this could happen. You wouldn't have thought that would be possible.
I watched the debate for like 3 minutes and I was like, nope. Put something else on. Couldn't even. As soon
as he walked out with that, here we go.
I was just the opposite. I was going to turn it on for a minute, and I couldn't turn it off.
Exactly. As soon as I heard that raspy voice, I said, oh, this is going to be great.
Even when he wasn't talking, Biden's look of
the look on his face, he looked like he saw the ghost of Lincoln coming through the studio. It was
he might have, yeah.
I didn't know what he was looking at. He looked like the old black.
He doesn't either.
He looked like the old black guy in the Stooges with this old house done going crazy. That's what he wanted to say.
That was one of those black jobs, I think.
Black jobs. And Trump was talking about. But I mean, this is. I'm praying that he stays. I mean, I wish that Kamala would step down and he could make Bernie Sanders his vice president. Can you imagine the two of them stumbling around together?
Statler and Waldorf.
Waldorf, exactly.
Right.
This is great, but I mean, we got to keep this guy in there. You're never going to get this level of comedy. We thought, back in the 80s, we thought Reagan was old. Reagan looks like Harry Styles next to the way Biden's going, for God's sakes. This is awesome. You got to vote Biden. I know we should care about the country, but look, think about the comedy. Think about the comedy.
You should make commercials for his campaign. That would be great, yeah. Don't care about his policies. Just think about the comedy.
Yeah, who cares if the country goes down the drain? We got laughs.
Have you thought about having him as a guest?
I'm trying to get him on, but he would probably be over here shaking hands with the corner, the curtains in the corner. Can you imagine? That would be awesome if he was on the Biden. That would be awesome. I'd love to get him on. Holy cow. I would love to get Biden on. Mm-hmm. And speaking of old guys who might be done, you read about Howard Eskin this last week? Howard Eskin, they said he tried to give a woman an unwanted kiss.
What kind of balls does that guy have on him? I mean, I'm an old guy with a gray beard, and I wouldn't think of going up to a 24-year-old hot chick and assume she wants me to kiss her. That's just nuts.
But my question is, wouldn't every kiss from Howard Eskin be unwanted? Would there ever be a wanted kiss from Howard Eskin? I'm waiting for him to hold the press conference, and Donovan McNabb and Joel Embiid and Charlie Manuel all show up, and they call him a dope and an idiot.
Well, I mean, with this case, nobody died yet.
Well, but let's give it time.
Yeah, of embarrassment.
But it was a woman who works at the stadium, right? Citizens Bank Park?
Aramark. She was a food employee.
Spends her day around hot, young, millionaire athletes, and Eskin assumes she wants a kiss from him.
Is Eskin still on the air?
Well, he's usually on Saturday mornings, but I turned it on yesterday just to see if he was going to be on with this controversy, and he wasn't on. So I'm wondering if they pulled him. They might have pulled him.
Because I know, so he was banned from Citizens Bank Park, and also I think the Wells Fargo Center followed suit.
The Sixers banned him.
Sixers, okay, so Sixers. But I didn't hear anything about WIP.
He's been the Eagles sideline reporter for a number of years now for WIP. Now, I don't know if they're going to pull him from that this year or not. They might.
I don't know if they made that choice yet, but I heard the Eagles were going to pull him. I thought he was doing like interim gigs for some station, and his son's still on the air.
His
right?
son does the afternoons on IP. He made some little statement the other day, Spike. Yeah, I knew Spike a little bit when I used to go down WISB. I met him a couple times. I didn't know him well. But this he's another guy, another one of these old guys. He'd be good here, another white guy. Yeah, he'd be good on a podcast.
Maybe Aaron Mark's hiring.
He's like 73, I think.
Yeah, something like
that.
You imagine with a stadium where the Philly Fanatic wasn't the biggest pervert. You had to worry about you worry about the Philly Fanatic jumping women. Now you got to worry about Howard Eskin.
Fanatic does do unwanted kisses.
Oh,
sometimes.
He absolutely does. He does, and just unwanted torture.
Oh,
I have a Fanatic.
The Fanatic is the Harvey Weinstein of mascots. I mean, there's no question. He's like Louis C.K. He's about to be masturbating in front of women at the ballpark. The Fanatic, but that's
like he'll like knock a kid's like popcorn bucket over. It's like, what the fuck did you do that for? Like that's kid just trying to like.
Yeah, the Philly Fanatic was at a bar. He'd get his ass kicked, but he's down there in the stadium, so he's protected.
That would be a funny thing to see him walk into a bar and just start kissing guys and trying to knock shit out of their hands.
See if he wouldn't
what
get
happens.
his ass kicked.
Yeah.
See if he wouldn't get his ass kicked. So who do you think resigns first, Biden or Eskin? I wonder who has to give their job up first. Howard Eskin or Joe Biden? It's gonna be a close race to see who has to resign first. But it is hard to believe that Eskin's still doing it all these years. He's still on the radio.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, he was still doing a Saturday morning show. Well, maybe not now with this controversy, but he was doing one. He was. All right. Pat House is here, so Pat's the number one Foo Fighters fan in America. Pat with Kurt Cobain and Taylor Hawkins. Do you think Dave Grohl's a serial killer? What do you think?
Nah, I don't think it's him.
You don't think he's doing it?
I think it's a string of unfortunate luck, but no, I really don't think he's the source.
He's not bad luck. I mean, because everybody
that's
around
bad
him,
luck, I'll tell you that.
Everybody around him ends up dead. I mean,
yeah.
Even rock and roll is dead. Everybody could steal Grohl is dead. Everybody around Dave Grohl is dead. I don't know. You got to wonder.
He has a good replacement, though. Josh Freese is a good dude. Great drummer, been with a million bands.
He better watch himself. He better sleep with a bat or something, sleep with a gun hanging around Dave Grohl. All of them. Pat Smear, they all better be careful. You don't know who's going to be dead next hanging around Dave Grohl.
Pat, probably from age. I think he's still like 15 years older than everybody else in the band.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah, he's definitely older than those guys. But it's a wonder John Paul Jones survived when they did that Crooked Vultures, and it's a wonder he's still alive.
Great record, by the way. I still listen to that.
That was a good record. But yeah, I don't know. Everybody around Dave Grohl is dead. He's like a Kennedy. Everybody around him ends up dead. He's like a rock and roll Kennedy, Dave Grohl. I mean, everybody's dead. I don't know. Even the Foo Fighters' last couple albums didn't even do well. I mean, he just kills everything.
The latest one was good. The two good. Before that, not a fan, but the latest one was really, really good.
Yeah. I love the Foo Fighters, but I don't know.
But yeah, there was a bad string of luck for that dude. Did you read his book, The Storyteller?
I didn't read it yet. I want to.
A lot of good stories in there.
I'm afraid I'll die though if I read it because everybody around Dave Grohl ends up. I don't know if I want to have that on my bookshelf. You know,
keep your drugs and your shotguns out of your hand.
It could be bad luck if you have that around. It could be. So
who's Dave Grohl?
The lead singer of the Foo Fighters.
Okay.
Who's
the Foo Fighters?
The Foo Fighters. Well, we'll start talking about. We'll talk about the Guess Who or something. Somebody Andy knows. The King Biscuit Flower Hour. I was reading where the Hawk Tuah girl is selling merchandise. Would you guys want to have any Hawk Tuah merchandise? The Hawk Tuah girl. You know who the Hawk Tuah girl is, right?
Yeah, I know who she is.
That's good.
I heard.
What an annoying 2 weeks it's been.
Oh my God.
But she's selling merch. Would you walk around with a T-shirt that said Hawk Tuah, a hat, or something? Who's going to buy Hawk Tuah merchandise?
Probably a lot of people, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah. She's got like 1 million followers now. She's probably going to get booked as a headliner in comedy clubs because she'll fill the seats, you know.
Oh, I have no doubt. I'm trying to get her on the
Hawk
podcast.
Tuah,
she's too big for me.
And then that's it.
Is it like it's Penthouse is like her representation. She has management through Penthouse as of the other day.
I've been doing comedy 30 years. I can't get a manager. She's got a manager already. There you go. Who says life isn't fair?
It's crazy that it took off the way it did.
And like I'm all for one. Like if something like ridiculous happens and people make memes and it's on social media for a couple days, like I see the funny in it. But like after a week, I was like, all right, that's enough.
I like it because when you see something before you know what they're talking about, and all of a sudden everybody's just talking about Hawk Tuah, and I'm like, what the fuck are they even talking about?
First I didn't know about it either, then I had to look it up. I was like, oh my God. But you imagine we live in a world where there's people who are less classy than the Kardashians. The Kardashians are looked at as, they're looking down on this girl. That's how bad she is. That's amazing you get famous.
They don't make any annoying sounds when they spit on guys' cocks at all. They're classy.
Very, very quiet when they have sex. They count their money and they go home. They're very quiet. But you imagine just from saying you're going to spit, I spit on that thing. That's how you get famous.
And then you have a career. Yeah.
Yeah. Even the Cash Me Outside girl can't believe it. She's offended by the whole Tuah. It's amazing that you
How about that?
I mean, back in the day, I remember my parents, I wasn't allowed to watch Three's Company because there were two girls living with a guy. Now you got the Hawk Tuah.
Was that a real role in your house?
Well, they didn't really want me watching some of those TV shows like that, and Soap. I remember Soap was a big thing. I remember I went to Catholic school in the 70s, and they were telling parents, don't let your kids watch Soap.
Right, they had a gay character.
You watch the reruns of Soap now, and it's like, there's nothing, one bit offensive.
Wow.
Don't watch. It was brutal. I mean, the 70s were still a little, I remember I had cousins who were going to a Catholic girls' school. When Billy Joel's Only the Good Die Young came out, they were sending letters home to their parents that don't let your daughters listen to this. Don't let your daughters buy any Billy Joel albums.
Wow. I wonder if schools still do that now. Like, you can't listen to Wet Ass Pussy on the...
I don't know. Everybody probably just gave up. At this point, the whole society just gave up.
They're banning books, and because if you, God forbid, you read about two guys who are in love, next thing you know, you're going to be craving dick, like.
Yeah, wow.
Tuah.
I think everybody pretty. Well, that's what we were talking about last week. Do you think there are nuns who have tattoos? There has to be at this point, right? Because there's so many girls who have tattoos. Then if they want to have new nuns, they're going to have to relax that rule.
Never thought about that, but I will for the rest of the night.
Probably not a neck tattoo or a forehead.
Well, the police
did.
Black,
used
to be you couldn't be on the police department if you had a tattoo. They had to relax the rule because they couldn't get anybody.
Or a beard too, right?
Yeah.
You weren't allowed to grow facial hair.
Yeah.
Wow, but they had to relax those rules because they couldn't get anybody. Yeah?
I think a lot of cops have sleeves now.
Oh yeah, they do. They do. I said because there's a police academy not far from my house, and you see they're covered. What are they going to do? They couldn't get anybody. Right. I think the military had to do the same thing. They had to relax the rule because you couldn't get anybody. Imagine if you had a no tattoo. Who would you get if you had a no tattoo?
Yeah, you have a right to remain silent on your arm. Just, there you go. You heard me.
Assume the position. Yeah, who would you get?
Miranda.
Yeah.
What could they do? So I was reading Nick Cannon took out a $10,000 insurance policy on his balls. Did you read that, Nick Cannon? He's got what has he got? 12 kids or something? Some insane thing, Nick Cannon?
Yeah, didn't he have like 3 within 1 year?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But he took out an insurance policy on his balls.
Like 5,000 each, or
something like that. Imagine having that much confidence in yourself that you took out an insurance policy on your balls. I can never have that much confidence. My balls are so important; they need an insurance policy. There's no. Is there any part of your body you would take an insurance policy on? You think this is so important? I better insure that. I mean, I would never have any part of my anatomy.
Well, thank God he's not doing stand-up anymore. We don't have to hear about it from him. Remember, he was doing it for a little while.
Oh, sure,
there.
he was sure. But he's liable to go out again. Some of these guys never go away. He's liable to start touring again.
Take his America's Got Talent money. Wait, was that what he hosts?
He did host America's Got Talent. Then he was hosting another one, which is The Masked Singer, or one of them. I think maybe The Masked Singer he might have been. I can't keep
time with all this.
Yeah, exactly.
Calculating.
I mean, when he hosts a show, 3 camera people get pregnant by the end of every episode. But
Mariah Carey again.
He knocked her up with twins, right?
Twins, yeah.
Yeah.
And he had a Mariah back piece. Like his whole entire back was her name, which I think he got covered up with like angel's wings or something stupid.
Go. Well, at least we found one person who's less classy than the Hawk Tuah girl, named Nick Cannon.
If he was ever in need of like $10,000 bucks, and an unfortunate accident.
He got a cleaver. But Nick Cannon, is that funny? Kids and insurance, but that when you.
What was the logic behind that? Did it say, or what was the?
just because he's having so many kids and he had to insure. Make sure it works. I read it. I just saw the headline. I almost fell out of the chair.
Like a horse being sent out to stud, It's like, that I can see insuring their balls. Not Nick Cannon's.
Yeah, but horses have some responsibility. They don't just have kids all over the place. They have some and they actually raise them. Nick Cannon, Jesus. Who was that football? Remember there was a football player with a bunch of kids? What the hell was his name? I can't. He had like 13 kids or something. And then old dirty bastard, didn't he have like 13 kids with 12 different women or some crazy thing? Something
I don't know
like
about ODB. I don't know, but I think DMX had a lot. I'm almost certain DMX had a lot of children.
I think ODB had some crazy thing like that because when he died, I think he died of exhaustion. I think that's what happened. I'm not sure, but I think he had some crazy thing like that. ODB. Sean Kemp was another.
Kemp.
Sean Kemp had a
Okay.
bunch of them. Yeah. I remember one time he went to get the paternity test, and the reporters were there, and he was getting out of the car like waving, like it was a big honor to be taking a paternity test. Sean Kemp. like he was doing a personal appearance. He was waving to the reporters. Great.
Who's that kicker from the Chiefs? The guy who did the speech?
Oh,
he's probably got a ton of kids.
I think
Can't
he's
think of his
only,
name, but I know
Harrison
exactly.
Butker. I think he's only got
okay.
like 2 or something with him and his
Okay,
wife.
and maybe 6 abortions or something.
But it's well, at least he should be proud of these guys having all these kids because he wants women pregnant, he wants women and no abortions.
And 1950s housewives and subservient. That was nuts.
That was crazy.
Well, that's what I said when Travis Kelce brings Taylor Swift around. He probably wants to know why she's not pregnant yet. And how come she's not doing the dishes? Why is she having a concert?
Yeah.
Harrison Butker. But they say they get, which is amazing, they get along real well, Travis Kelce and Harrison Butker. Supposedly buddies, even though you wouldn't think so. But they said they get along real well. I don't know. I guess.
Not that he's not a nice guy. He's
No,
just
I'm sure he is.
wacky.
It's just, whatever. I mean, he made a speech and told you where he stands, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about sports. Have you been following this Bronny James thing, LeBron James' son? Is that the worst case of nepotism you ever saw? Did he get this kid, what did he get him, a $4 million contract or something? The kid was averaging 4 points at USC, now he's got a $4 million contract?
Yeah, nobody wanted to take him in the draft. And
I mean, this is literally the case of the kid, the little league coach, and his son always plays. You remember that kid? The kid was.
Right.
This is literally that taken to the extreme. That LeBron would get his own son that kind of contract. That's amazing.
A contract for what? What's he doing?
He's going to play for the Lakers.
basketball.
Oh, I see. Okay, this one escaped me. Okay.
Yeah, they drafted him in the second round, and they signed him to I think it was $4 million, which is ridiculous. With the second round picks never get guaranteed.
$1 million a point per game that he's scoring.
Yeah, I think it was maybe it was more than 4, but it was some ridiculous thing where.
LeBron agreed to stay with the Lakers.
Stay with the Lakers.
And then he wanted to play with his son.
Yeah, that's why they drafted him, so
time.
LeBron would stay there.
Yeah.
But his second round draft picks never get this cut. They usually get like not even a guaranteed contract. They get like a 2-way contract where you get so much money if you made the NBA team, and if not, you go to the G League and you make less money. But he's got a guaranteed. It's literally, it's literally the coach's son. When you're a kid and you get mad because the coach's son is playing, everybody knows he's not that good. It's literally the same thing.
Was there social media outrage on this?
Because
this probably sounds
outrage on everything.
Well, that's true, but I mean,
to me, this kid is like the Julian Lennon of basketball. I mean, he's obviously.
well, his dad's around still.
It's like
Oh,
the
yeah,
Spike
that's true, his
Eskin.
dad.
Like
Spike Eskin. There you go. But it's amazing. Bronny James, he's going to be playing. I mean, it was one thing when Ken Griffey was playing with his dad, but Ken Griffey was good.
His dad was on his way out, and Ken Griffey Jr. was a monster.
Griffey Jr. was better than his dad. He's a Hall of Fame. His dad's not in the Hall of Fame, so you can see that. But this is ridiculous. LeBron James, and he's got another son. So, they're going to have to be forced to draft the other son in a couple of years.
Do you think LeBron, the dad, was like, all right, whatever he's getting, I'll take $100 million. You know what? Give me 96 and give 4 to my son. Okay, we make out the same.
It probably was some kind of deal like that. I have no doubt.
The L.A. LeBrons.
L.A. LeBrons, yeah. And now that somebody's not going to make the team, just so somebody more deserving of the spot on the team is going to get cut, so his son could have that bench spot. But thank God that the Sixers didn't end up with him. I'm surprised the Sixers didn't fuck their way into that stupidity. I'm actually surprised. I was reading where there's a law in Florida where you have to be 21 to be a stripper, and there's this 19-year-old girl who's suing because she's saying it's restraint of trade. I want to be a stripper. I'm 19, but they have some law in Florida for some reason why you have to be 21 to be a stripper.
Well, Florida is the most fucked up state, probably.
You would think Florida, they'd let you be 14 be a stripper.
Probably.
You think it's the other way. You can't believe it's that strict.
As long as you're not gay.
Well,
But you can probably be a professional like alligator wrangler at like 12 in that state.
19 is like middle-aged in Florida. Why the hell? Why wouldn't they be 19? You can almost get.
Is there an upper age? It's like, all right, you have to be over 21, but you got to be below.
Exactly.
44.
You would think they'd want a 19-year-old in Florida. You think, well, I mean, I think you can almost have menopause in Florida when you're 19, for Christ's sakes. I can't believe you would think of all places that wouldn't mind a 19-year-old being a stripper would be Florida. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Florida seems like a lawless land in general. Yeah.
I was shocked when I heard that. And why shouldn't you be? I mean, when I was 19, I was working full time. I mean, not as a stripper. I mean, I tried out, but I didn't make it. But why wouldn't you be allowed? You're an adult. That doesn't make any sense.
I was in a strip club in Pennsylvania once with my brother-in-law. He was a teacher in high school. And the girl came out, and she started dancing, and she's like, Mr. Sachs. Like, it was one of his students dancing.
Oh.
She could have been 18 or something.
Oh, she was still a student?
I think she was still, or maybe just recently graduated. She wasn't 21. I didn't
that's
card
funny.
Her,
did he give her extra credit points for the stripping? Did she? Because she should have. I mean, that's not an extra credit.
Was it awkward?
It was not really. He handled it pretty well. I mean,
Not
he didn't
for
get a
Eddie.
lap dance
Hey,
or
good
anything.
to see you. Yeah. How are things? Here's $10.
Did she hand him an apple for the teacher while she was stripping? Oh,
He gave her an A+.
That is hilarious. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
There's one of your
Mr.
students.
Sachs.
That must be hilarious. Oh, that's funny. I don't think I've ever had anything like that. Everything I ever had in a strip club was just completely sleazy. I never ran into anybody. I mean, there was a girl who grew up on my street. She was younger than me, but she became a stripper. And I mean, guys were trying to find out where she was working because they were like, "Oh, we want to see her." I don't think I ever went, but I think some of the guys figured out where she was working. Yeah. But that's funny. The school teacher. Yeah. Can you imagine?
I remember years ago at Helium, it was Jay Okerson was featuring for Dave Attell, and we went to Risqué afterwards, and Dave Attell bought me a lap dance. And at the time, I was still obsessed with Insomniac, and I was like, this is the coolest experience of my life. Wow. And Dave was drinking then, and so was I, because I was like 22 or 23. Yeah. And we all went to Club Risqué for a while, and he bought me a lap dance, or two. He just threw money on the bar. And I was like more excited that Dave Attell bought me the lap dance than like the naked woman grinding on me. I was like,
wow.
Dave paid for this. Like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
very exciting.
She's like dancing over you, like, you love this, don't you? And you're like, yeah, Dave.
Yeah, Dave had a great set tonight. Like,
can I call you Dave? Then you tell her to recite some of Dave Attell's jokes while she's grinding on you. That would be a little.
All his stripper bits, I probably had them all memorized.
Oh, that's funny. So Bill Belichick, 24-year-old girlfriend. How great is that? Bill Belichick has a 24-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah.
That is.
You think
great.
He went in to kiss her one time unannounced?
Yeah, no wonder
she accepted it.
All Howard Eskin did was try to follow Belichick's lead, and he loses his job. It's not. You know, my favorite thing though about the Belichick thing is people always say, that's terrible. She's only 24. He's 72. What do they have to talk about? You ever talk to a 72-year-old woman? Like, there's anything to talk to her about? Like, there's anything interesting? What could you talk to a 24-year-old about? I promise you, it's more interesting to talk to a 24-year-old girl than a 72-year-old woman. So they're saying that he doesn't have anything to talk to her about. I bet he finds that a lot more fascinating. Who would you rather talk to, a 24-year-old girl or a 72-year-old woman?
We'll go with a 24-year-old. However, Bill Belichick, for me personally, is just one of those people I never liked. He just always has that smug fucking prick face.
Nobody
win or
likes
lose, like he's.
People from New England don't like him.
Nobody likes him.
It's just even when like they win the fucking Super Bowl, he never looked happy.
Robert Kraft doesn't like him. He won 6 Super Bowls for him, and he doesn't know what's that say.
Exactly.
The guy who owns the team and got the 6 Super Bowls.
He had a sex scandal too, didn't he, Robert Kraft?
Oh, he was a massage bomb.
Yeah.
Down there in Florida, it was
I'm sure they weren't 72-year-old women either.
I'm sure they weren't 19 either.
That's true.
Probably over, but yeah, that's right. It was. But did you remember the strip mall? It was this cheap-looking strip mall.
I know.
It wasn't even like it was something you figure a guy like with Robert Kraft's money, he could go to some high-end
like
place.
Olympic Gardens in Vegas or some shit. Or
It was like a little strip mall you'd see like near Cheltenham Avenue or something, for Christ's sakes. I mean, it was this little
the flashing open 24 hours.
Yeah, it was
in
this
the
dingy-looking little strip mall. He's going into. Come on,
I thought that same thing. Man, the guy's got so much money.
Ungodly amount of
Hire a
money.
high-end escort. What the hell are you going to a regular rub and tug for? And that's the part that's amazing.
Maybe that's the thrill of it. I don't know.
I don't know. If I had that kind of money, I hope I wouldn't. I wouldn't go to just a neighborhood rub and tug. I hope I do a little better than that. I mean, you're Robert Kraft, for Christ's sakes.
But Ed, you don't have that kind of money.
No, I
so
don't.
you
And
gotta-
guess where I go?
Yeah.
Guess where I go? Well, I used to. I turned cheap in my old age, and I'm saving money. But I used to go. I got way too cheap. There's a bunch of my neighborhood has been taken over. There's an Asian
really?
massage parlor.
What's your address?
There's like an Asian massage parlor like every corner. And like, where did this, like within the last 2 years, they're all over my neighborhood. And
Wow.
they don't even try to hide it. You see the big signs. And
Supply
open
and
to
demand, I guess. I guess there's
Open
a
to 11
demand.
p.m. That's how you know it's not a legitimate massage place, because they're not open to 11 p.m. Open from like 10 in the morning to 11 at night. No, that's not Topper Spa. That's an actual
We've all
rubbing time.
woken up at midnight with a cramp in our neck, and I just need a massage.
I
That's what
appreciate a
need.
sex worker with a cutoff point. Like, I'm just tired. It's 11. I'm done for
She
the
got
day.
she's massaging with one hand, a time card in the other hand. That's when
Yeah.
it gets a little bit. It's not that romantic.
They
when that
need the
happens.
massage after 11. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. When it gets like an assembly line, it takes all the romance out of it.
Assembly line.
When the girl's got her shop steward standing there next to her while she's giving you the happy ending, you get the feeling she doesn't really like you. That happens. Speaking of which, this is a good segue. I was reading about this in China. There's a woman who's a female basketball player. She's 7'3", and they said another year or two she's expected to come to the WNBA. 7'3" Chinese woman.
Wow.
7'3", and I'm thinking, man, you think
Double the average height in China, probably.
you think Caitlin Clark's getting her ass kicked now? Where did this Chinese woman comes over here? She'll really be getting knocked on the floor. But can you imagine a 7'3" Chinese woman?
No.
Yeah, her mother must have had sex with Godzilla or something. I mean, that's the only thing I can think.
Yao Ming.
Yeah, but I was looking at
was
pictures
tall.
of her on the internet, and she's gigantic. These other girls in the Chinese, women's basketball league, she's like towering over them. It looks like she looks like Mothra going down running down the basketball court. I mean, I'd almost want to go to a game if she comes over to the WNBA. That would almost make you want to go to a game to see the 7'3" Chinese woman.
It would.
out there.
I mean, in America, that would legitimately sell tickets.
I mean, without a doubt. Without a doubt, should be. Her and a Hawk Tuah girl could get together and do a podcast. It'd be awesome.
It would be called Hawk Tuah.
Hawk Tuah and the big Chinese broad. The ratings. Imagine the TV ratings for that. With her going up against Caitlin Clark or one of these other girls. That would be
How
unbelievable.
tall's Caitlin?
I don't even know if she's 6 foot.
Maybe 6 foot.
Maybe 6 foot at the most, I would think.
Still way taller
Well,
than me.
she could just stand there holding the ball up in the air, and people jumping around, jumping up, trying to smack at it. Yeah.
Like a parent, like teasing their toddler, like you can't get it.
But that's unbelievable. 7 foot. They must. How's that even possible? A Chinese woman. Have you ever seen an? I don't think I've seen a 6 foot Asian woman. Have you ever, that's almost never.
No.
The Asian women you see are in the spas.
Well,
and they're
yeah,
probably
but even if
4'6".
I've never really seen a tall Asian woman.
No.
7'3". That sounds. That's ridiculous.
There's a high school kid in America that's 7'9". Did you hear this?
Wow.
7'9". That's crazy. I actually literally got a tape measure out at home and measured it, and it hit the ceiling. I mean, it was 7'9". That's crazy.
What's your life expectancy? Can't be that long.
Probably not.
Your body is not going to be able
I'm
to.
surprised in China they haven't put her in the military with that kind of. I'm surprised they haven't. Seriously, the way China was. The way they run that country over there, they watch everything. It's one that they haven't rounded her up or something. Well, I mean, they probably using her.
Probably had a choice like basketball or you.
They probably didn't give her much choice. You're going to play basketball. And then if she comes here, she'll probably have to give a certain amount of money. Didn't Yao Ming have to give a certain amount of money to the Chinese government when he came here? Something like that. There was some weird arrangement for him to be allowed to come to the NBA. It was something like that. It was something where he had to give a certain.
I don't recall.
I don't recall that either, but that sounds like
Yeah,
that would
it was
be the
Sounds like
case.
something they would
Yeah,
do.
well, I gotta go back and look at it. But it was something where there was some kind of strings attached for them. They don't just let you out of China. They just go ahead and make $1 million. Go ahead with that.
We're getting 75%
Yeah,
of your.
there was something. I can't remember what it was, but and I think Is the military mandatory in China? Is it like Israel where you had to serve a couple years, maybe?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Israel was like 2 years, but China wouldn't surprise me if they had something like that.
I think they have pretty strict rules, but I don't know if they're going to take their top athletes out or not.
Yeah, maybe not if you're an athlete. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Need them for the Olympics.
Yeah.
All right, let's play this week's game. Let's play this week's game. This week's game is what's the most overrated thing in our culture? The most overrated thing. I got 4 choices: Starbucks, pickleball, Marvel movies, or sobriety. What do you think's the most overrated thing in our society today?
I'm going to go with Marvel movies. I don't get it, and I've never seen one, and I could care less about your stupid comic book live-action movie.
I agree with that, but they're all overrated. I'm thinking sobriety might be the most overrated, though, because I used to be drunk, and now I'm sober, and it's not that great. being drunk was a lot more fun, I could say. So it's kind of overrated. Although Starbucks, I've always hated Starbucks.
I'm saying Starbucks. I never got that.
I don't get Starbucks, and I had one recently because I was in a position where I needed a coffee and there was nothing else, so and it was just how is this that popular? I'm drinking the thing.
That's a whole
they're
corporate
everywhere.
America thing.
I don't get Starbucks. How about pickleball? Pickleball's pretty overrated. I've never played it.
It is.
Never
I've never
played
played it either.
People love it. These old people.
It's been
off.
growing like crazy. There was actually a story in the news a couple weeks ago about where was it? It was around here, I believe. People live next to a pickleball court, and they were complaining that it's a noise ordinance.
Oh yeah.
All hours of the day.
Loud, yeah.
I think it
They
was.
play later than
taking
Asian
over,
hookers.
I think it was invented by chiropractors because all these old people are getting injuries out knee surgeons. All these old people go out and they get hurt and they all need back surgeries and shoulder surgeries. I think it was.
It's like tennis light, isn't it? Like an abridged version of tennis or something?
I just started playing tennis with a bunch of guys, and they did it almost out of like spite. Like nobody was playing tennis before, but they're saying we're not going to play fucking pickleball, so let's play tennis.
Fuck
Like,
you
we'll
ain't
show
gonna
them.
Tennis seems a
We'll show
lot
them.
more.
We'll be bored to death. We'll stand here and play badminton. I'll be damned if we'll play pickleball.
Well, how long before pickleball's in the Olympics? I'm sure.
Oh,
Breakdancing is now.
breakdancing
is in.
Is that the most embarrassing thing that they would put breakdancing in the Olympics? I can't
Wait,
imagine.
and didn't they get rid of baseball?
That probably, I think they
baseball
did.
and
Yeah.
softball are gone. They were in there for a little while.
Golf?
I'm not sure
might
golf
be.
was
Golf is
in
still
there.
in.
Is it?
Wait,
I
how long
think.
before they have shoplifting in the Olympics? Breakdancing. Then shoplifting will be in there.
But baseball and softball's messed up.
Oh, I know. I like the proud father. Like my son's in the Olympics. Oh, weightlifting, boxing, breakdancing.
Yeah.
You know the thing was with baseball. I think it's a lot of countries around the world they don't really play baseball.
No, they really don't.
I think that's what killed baseball.
It's not really a
Yeah,
European thing
yeah,
too much. It would be
No,
like
it's-
America, South America.
Yeah, I think that's what killed it. I think that's what killed. But
Is there an age limit on soccer? Do you know? Because I think soccer's in it, right?
soccer's in. Yeah. Age limit? Really?
Somebody mentioned that
You have to be 21. Oh, wait,
you have
never
to be
mind. That's
21,
not.
yeah,
That's
from
not.
Florida. Yeah.
I think because some of them girls were up in their late 30s, I believe, and they're female
it's true.
soccer players. I don't know if there's an age.
Soccer players are all crazy fit though. It's almost like if you maintain your body and you play soccer, like you're going to be in shape.
Sure.
I mean,
Oh yeah, that's a hard sport to play. I can't watch it.
whereas
can't
like
watch it.
gymnastics, once you hit like 21-year-old,
Oh no, you kidding?
you need to be like
Oh, yeah.
13 to 16 to dominate.
Simone Biles is 27 or
It's
28 or something.
Is she really that
Believe it or
old?
not, yeah.
It's the opposite of being a stripper in Florida. You hit
Yeah,
19,
it's-
they put you in an old age home when you're a gymnast. Yo, it's brutal the way they cut you off. It's like Logan's Run. Not that anybody here knows what the movie Logan's Run is, but
Although that would be a great transition for the gymnast to go to stripper.
There you go, you
grab
go.
on the pole and just go up
They would be
sideways and
the fucking
do a vault onto the stage.
Soon
Now,
limberest.
onto the stage.
Is limberest the word or most
Not
limber?
yeah.
as soon as you age out, they send you to Florida and you start stripping. That would be awesome. What a pipeline. That would be perfect. Perfect. Why didn't anybody think of that?
I did.
So I'm reading where I was just talking. It's funny we were just talking about the draft. The United States military is thinking about if they ever bring the draft back, they're going to draft women.
Bye.
I think it's a bad idea because not because I'm being sexist. It's just if we have a war, I'd like to win, And if you're putting women in, I don't know about that. So I mean, I'd like to win. I'd rather win might not be a great idea. You think you would if we're going to fight the Russians or the Chinese, you want women in there?
As long as I'm not going, I'm cool with whatever. As long as I can hang back
true.
here.
I mean, I'm an old man. They ain't going to take me, so I don't give so.
Anymore, you don't have to lug around a 50-pound gun. Guns are light.
But then again,
Guns are probably on drones and shit.
Oh, yeah. But
The
then
military now, I'm sure a lot of people are just sitting there
A bunch
with...
of women on their period, send them in. Oh, my God. We'll take out the whole...
Some of the men in our society, I shouldn't say that. Some of the soft, kids who watch Marvel movies and Game of Thrones. Would you want them fighting?
With their Starbucks.
You wouldn't want them fighting
all
either.
sober and shit. I'm trying to combine all your...
If we ever got in the war, like the old days, you think about it. We actually beat Germany and Japan at the same time. You imagine this today, our pussy country doing something like that, having to fight two countries at the same time like that? How bad we would lose when our sissy country. That's amazing that you think about that. We fought those two countries at the same time.
You should read Nuclear War. It's a fucking insane book I just read.
What is it about?
What would happen if anybody hit the buttons?
Is it fiction or is it?
It's what would happen realistically between once the button gets pressed and a country gets bombed, the effects of wherever it hits in the radius of how many minutes that those people start to die,
Wow.
how long it would take for another country to retaliate, what the president actually does, what other parts of the government do.
Would any country have the balls to set off a nuclear bomb? I don't know. I mean, it's been.
I don't either because there would be probably of 7 billion people on Earth, probably 2 billion would be dead.
It's the old thing that the man.
Crazy.
It was a phenomenal book. It was also terrifying.
It's the old thing, mad, mutually assured destruction. Nobody's afraid to launch, but we'll get killed too.
It's basically there are no winners, and even though the book never mentioned any names, it did mention countries. It never once said a leader of a nation, but they'd be like North Korea, if North Korea did this, and then Russia got involved, but
North Korea needs to stick to their shit balloons. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know about that kid. I mean, I know people hate Trump, but I think Trump went over there and shut that kid down when he was president. I'll say that about Trump. I think he scared that kid, that fat kid who runs North Korea. I think he was scared of Trump. I do. I think he was scared
Kim Jong-un.
I really think he was scared of Trump. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I think.
Wouldn't it be crazy if we got attacked because of like Trey Parker and Matt Stone? Remember in like Team America, they had they just had a whole movie that essentially started from making fun of 9/11, and then went over to Korea and they bash him, and it's like we're gonna get nuked because there's two hilarious comedians that are now making us worse.
Well, what was the movie that what's your name, James Franco and
Seth Rogen? That was
that was a funny
The
movie.
Dictator? No.
What the hell was it called? I can't remember what it was called, but that was a funny movie. And
that got banned. That got pulled.
But
Oh, yeah.
we were afraid to release it. Can you imagine?
What was that called? It's going to bother me.
We had our movie theaters and
The Party? No, not the
would
Party.
pussy out like that and not release it because we don't want to offend North Korea. You imagine that we become that much of a pussy country that we're afraid to offend North Korea? And that movie was funny, really funny.
I never saw it.
Yeah, it was a funny movie, but it's amazing. That's where we are. So how are we going to fight a war? What was
The
it?
Interview?
The Interview.
Yeah.
Oh, I would not have
right.
guessed
Yeah, I
that.
wouldn't remember that either. But we're afraid to release a movie. How are we going to fight a war? We're going to fight a war. Speaking of movie theaters, is it amazing how movie theaters have died in this country? Nobody goes to movies anymore. That's amazing.
Marvel movies are doing great.
No, but
you guys don't know what you're talking about. Marvel movies are great.
Do you know what's even out there? Could you name one movie out in the theater?
No,
I
I
couldn't.
don't think I could.
The last time I was in the movie theater was even years before the pandemic. I couldn't even tell you what I saw last.
I went last summer. I went to see Oppenheimer, but that's the last. And it's probably been that's probably the only movie I've seen the last 5 years in the theaters.
Every now and then I'll see a movie like Godzilla or something. I didn't actually go and see that one, but something like that where it's just visually stunning. I might go to the movies to see it. And I don't know if you've been to the movie theaters lately, but they're fucking leather recliner chairs.
Oh yeah. When
Super
I went to see Oppenheimer last year, I was like, holy shit, this is a great experience. You're sitting back, you're leaning.
I will say this. I definitely will see Beetlejuice in the movie theater.
Okay.
That's going to happen. Because that's one of top 5 of all time. So
I can remember, like in the '90s, I used to be at the movie theaters almost every weekend.
Yes.
There's always good movies coming.
Sure.
Oh, this is great. But now there's nothing.
Fridays would go
Now you
most
can get
Fridays.
Yeah.
almost
And it
any
was still
movie,
$3
right?
when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
I used to love to go in the daytime when it wasn't that crowded. I used to love it, but just because it was 4th of July weekend, I said, I wonder what's out there. I wonder if there's anything good. And I looked.
Didn't even recognize anything?
Didn't recognize what is this? I don't even know what these movies are.
I don't even know what's
I'm
out there.
watching
now.
Iron Man right now. you can watch like anything, anytime.
And you got a
know what I mean?
contact high off of a Robert Downey stash. Look at that. How cool was that? How cool was that? So, Ozempic. You guys, did anybody taking Ozempic? Anybody? I'm thinking Ozempic is going to cause more divorces than anything else. Because if your wife refuses to take Ozempic, you're going to divorce her. And if she takes it, she's going to lose weight, start banging somebody, and you're going to divorce. So either way, Ozempic is going to cause a divorce. It's got to cause more divorces than anything, Ozempic.
The commercial drives me nuts because it's a parody of that. What song is it? The Ozempic.
Yeah, that's that old
it's
song.
Magic.
It's magic.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. It can't be healthy, right? To be shooting these needles into your body. It can't be.
Yeah, or cheap. I mean, it costs a lot of
It's
money
got to
for
be
it,
expensive.
isn't it?
But
Anything pharma.
So many of those people, these are the same people who were afraid to take the vaccine in 2020 and now they're shooting Ozempic. The same people, it's the same people.
Yeah, right.
It's the same people who are afraid. But I don't know. It can't be healthy. There's no way shooting something like that into your body isn't going to have long term. 20 years from now they're going to be saying, "Oh, that Ozempic, it caused this, it caused that." I can't see it.
It could be. People do anything to be skinny sometimes.
Yeah, man. Yeah. How about the diet and exercise? How about not eating? Could you try that? Could you try driving past the Popeyes instead of shooting a needle in your body?
I bet you eat perfectly healthy and exercise every day.
Oh yeah, you see,
What do
me. I'm down to gym. Are you kidding? I'm always eating my yogurt and. See, I can't even tell you what's healthy. I'm gonna make a joke,
Really?
but I don't even know the name of one healthy food, so I couldn't even say.
Yogurt. You got yogurt.
Eating my kale. Is kale healthy? I don't even know. I don't know what's healthy. I've never eaten healthy in my
kale
life.
is horrible.
I plan to eat ice cream when I get home tonight. So
That's what I'm looking forward to.
give me a bowl of ice cream when I go home and it's hot weather. So here's something. Did you guys read about that FBI agent who got sent to jail last year for taking bribes? His name was Charles McGonigal, spelled exactly the same as my name. And I read it. I said, that's weird. It spells it exactly the same as I do because a lot of people don't.
Right.
I was thinking, that's kind of a coincidence. Then my cousin calls me. My cousin Tom McGonigal lives down in Maryland. He called me. Hey, did you read about this guy, Charles McGonigal? I was like, yeah. And he goes, I think we might be related to him. Then he starts explaining the family tree, how we might be related to this guy.
No kidding.
And I'm thinking, crooked FBI, imagine that there's a McGonigal who's more embarrassing than Ed McGonigal. I thought I was the most embarrassing McGonigal with his awful comedy career. This guy could be a bigger stain on the family.
Was there a relation? Did you find a...
We haven't found out yet, but he was explaining how our grandfather had a brother named Charles McGonigal, and this guy might be his grandson. He was explaining the whole family tree, and I was like, really? So we haven't nailed it down, but it's possible that I could be related to a crooked FBI agent, which would be so cool that I wasn't the biggest embarrassment in the family tree. That would be awesome. It would be, you imagine.
This guy won't admit to it. He's like, yeah, all right, I stole shit. I'm a traitor. Ed McGonigal? No, never.
No,
I'm not related.
no.
Yeah. I took bribes from the Albanian government, but I never worked for Pickle Man. I never worked for Steve Bix. So maybe I am still the most embarrassing, but it would be pretty cool just if I was related to a crooked FBI agent. I should go visit him in jail.
I haven't heard of Steve Bix's names in
Well, you won't. He's
a
dead.
long
so
time.
You won't. He's under the ground.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I died. No, poor Bix. R.I.P. Bix.
I was told in our family tree we have an uncle, I think, that was a big leader in the Confederate Army. That's my bragging rights. Yeah, that's true.
Really?
And Uxley, yeah.
See, I can't be involved in that because my family wasn't here yet. They weren't in America when the Civil War went on. So I can't. You're not getting any reparations out of me. I wasn't involved. My hands are clean. I'm trying to get money from the English for what they did to my family.
I have
You're
some
an
real-
immigrant, or
My whole family came over here from Ireland.
taking Irish jobs?
I have no. I don't have the information, but somehow I'm related to Benjamin Rush, who signed the Declaration of
Wow,
Independence.
wasn't he big in this area? Philadelphia? There's a school, right? Benjamin Rush?
Well, yeah, he also has. Yeah, there's like a wing named after him at the Mutter Museum.
Okay.
But yeah, I have people in my family that have really put a lot of time into this.
Wow.
And what's really cool is that they tell you this, and then I do not follow up. I'm like, oh, that's cool, and then I just do nothing about it.
When I was a
There's
kid,
a rock band named after him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Benjamin.
My dad's sister, she used to swear that our family was related to John Wanamaker. And the rest of the family used to wave, well, yeah, she doesn't know what she's doing. So somehow she got it in her head that we were related to. Where she got this, nobody knows, because nobody else in the family ever heard this. But she would walk around telling people we were related to John Wanamaker, just as one aunt. And my father would get so mad, the hell does she know? We're related to John Wanamaker. So I'm pretty sure it was false, but it was pretty funny that she would tell people we were related to John
Were your parents from Ireland, or?
No, my mother's parents were from, they were born in Ireland.
Okay.
And my father's, it went back a little bit, but the same cousin who called me about the FBI agent, he was doing one of those ancestry things, and he traced my dad's family back to Derry in Northern Ireland. So,
Well, there's a lot of Derry in the Philadelphia area still to this day, yeah.
and I'm not sure when my father's family came over. My mother's family, they came right over on the boat from Ireland, and my grandfather opened up a bar, and he was a bootlegger during Prohibition, my mother's father. That's my proud tradition. A bootlegger and a crooked FBI agent. That's
Sounds pretty Irish to me.
Yeah. But my other grandfather was a cop. So my two grandfathers, one was a bootlegger and one was a cop.
And they were probably in on it together.
Yeah, right.
Two sides of the street.
Not in Philadelphia.
No, that's true. So real quick, I recently was into Sheets for like the second time in my life. Mm-hmm. They're better than Wawa, right? Sheets. You ever been into Sheets? They're pretty awesome.
In Sheets.
They're pretty awesome. Those Sheets.
I've been, but I've never explored. Like, I've never gotten a sandwich.
But I bought a coffee and I take it up to the counter and the girl says, it's okay. She wasn't charging me. I said, the coffee's free? I said, because that's all I was getting. I was looking at it. I was afraid to walk away because I thought I was going to get arrested.
Free
and
coffee?
She didn't charge me for the coffee. I was like, really? I didn't know if it was like maybe a special that day or what, but I got a free coffee and I was like, wow.
Well,
Huh.
I know, I couldn't believe it.
3 Starbucks across the street.
Why you give me? I thought it was like a trap.
But they
Got an ambush.
Sheets looks like a supermarket sometimes.
It's
that
really,
you go
they're
in.
really nice. The two that I've been in, they're way better. And well, at least the two I was in, no homeless people outside harassing you when you go in and out. You know, some of them in Philadelphia, you go to a Wawa or 7-Eleven, you can't get in without getting harassed. But I think they're way better than Wawa. At least the couple that I've been in. Maybe there's some that are run down, but I couldn't believe how nice they were. Clean inside.
I've tried to do my Wawa joke, but replace Wawa with Sheets or Turkey Hill, depending where I am in Lancaster County or north, and it does not translate. Like, if I don't say Wawa and talk about Wawa, that whole entire bit is out the window.
But does Wawa work somewhere else? I mean,
No, but I mean, I will only do it around here. But if I go out towards like Lancaster County or like Harrisburg, doesn't hold weight.
And up in Jersey, parts of Jersey, they have those quick checks. You ever been in one of those? They're like Central Jersey, North Jersey quick checks. They're okay. They're standard convenience store. They're not bad. But those, I don't know, those Sheets, I thought they were pretty impressive. I mean, maybe I just happen to be in two good ones. But I was like, man, these are, like you said, they're like supermarkets. They're really
in
clean.
all of them, but almost every time just to take a piss.
Yeah, me too. I'm not getting
leak
lunch
along the
there,
road.
but I mean, I should try their
eat it.
food.
Yeah. And I like Wawa, actually. I think the hoagies are good. And
Oh, yeah,
mac
but
and
well,
cheese
I
is
mean,
good.
in certain neighborhoods, I feel like the one near my house has gotten so run down because I guess it's just a neighborhood. I almost don't like going in there because it's you almost start getting nervous for your safety. You know, while near my house.
But with all those Asian joints around, you're getting hungry. You're working up an appetite.
I mean, it's
you gotta
not.
get in
Yeah,
there.
my neighborhood ain't what it used to be. But there's a Dunkin Donuts near my house, and I tried to walk there, and I almost got killed because the drivers. They don't, you're supposed to give the pedestrians a right of way.
Yeah.
But not my neighborhood. They just, now I don't walk anymore. I just drive to the Dunkin' Donuts. Even though it's like a 2-minute walk from my house, I'm afraid to drive. I'm afraid to walk. Afraid I'm going to get killed. So my neighborhood it's not that great. It's just not that great.
Bottom line.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying a house there. But I got mine free, so what the hell. So you see in Louisiana, they're posting the 10 Commandments in all the schools. 10 Commandments.
I did see
if you
that.
were in high school and the 10 Commandments, would that make you shape up at all? Because I went to Catholic school.
So did I.
I was still a complete knucklehead. And that didn't help me any. The 10 Commandments, religion didn't help. So I don't know if it's going to do anything.
No bearing on my day today either.
I'm a strict follower of the 9 goddamn commandments.
I look at the 10 Commandments like I look at baseball. If I get 3 out of 10, I'm having a good year. 3 out of 10, I'm on the All-Star team. That's the way I look at it. But I don't see what good that's going to do, hanging it up.
I don't even think, like, I went to Catholic school as well. I don't even think they taught the commandments after 3rd grade.
No, that's probably true.
Probably not. Yeah.
That's like basic kid level religion stuff.
Yeah, that's probably true. But I don't see any kid walking into school being, and saying, "Hey, wait a minute," and stuff.
Yeah, right,
I better turn over a new leaf now. I didn't realize I was doing. Some kid who's selling pot or is running with a gang is going to walk in and go, this is. I think
That old man carried those stones up a mountain for me, so let's put those in.
No, I'm not going to covet my neighbor's wife. Like, dude, you're 4.
But she's so hot. How can I not? Come on. I don't know. I don't see it doing any good. Being posting the tank.
I just don't see people caring. But then again, the South is a whole different beast when it comes to stuff like that.
Well, somebody said Louisiana is the same place where you girls are showing their tits to get beads. I don't know if the Ten Commandments is going to help any.
It's also, I don't think they're posting them on Bourbon Street.
Yeah, right.
There is the Bible Belt though, like they don't take their religious jokes.
Yeah,
Or,
but I wonder if the Bible Belt is as strong as it used to be. It used to be a big thing. I mean, there were certain TV shows that they wouldn't show in certain markets because like I was talking about soap, and back in the 70s, especially some of those TV shows they wouldn't show them in some southern TV stations would refuse to carry them. It can't be like that anymore.
I doubt it.
I can't imagine that the Bible Belt's as strong as it was. It can't just because.
And especially with like social media or like YouTube, you can watch anything you want at any given
the
time.
whole culture's going down. I can't see it.
You tell kids you can't see something, and you can get it right on your phone. They're going to see it.
Oh, absolutely. So I can't see it being that way anymore. So I'm reading about all these shark attacks. You guys afraid to go in the water or anything with these shark attacks?
Absolutely not.
You still go in the water?
I went swimming with sharks on my vacation earlier this year. It was the fucking coolest thing I've ever done in my life.
Intentionally with the sharks?
It was a guided tour.
Where was this at?
Hawaii.
Wow, you in Hawaii.
Cage-free swimming with sharks. And they tell you, like, they don't give a shit about you. These sharks do not care about you. They're looking for fish smaller than a football. And you jump in the water, and it's wild to be swimming around sharks. But then 5 seconds in...
What kind of sharks were they? Do you know?
Galapagos sharks and one other kind I can't remember. They don't care about you. So you can swim down. They swim around you. It's fucking wild. But it's also the coolest thing I ever did.
Wow.
Sorry, that's my...
No, that's awesome.
it was phenomenal.
I've never been to Hawaii. I always wanted to go. I never will because I'm too cheap and boring. But I always wanted to be in Hawaii. That must be awesome. How long were you down there?
12, 13 days.
Wow.
Like, basically a full 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
But back to the original point here. What were you saying about... What was the premise of your thing?
No, just saying about the shark attacks.
happening all over the place.
Did you see the video of that girl in Texas, though? The chunk out of her leg?
Yeah. I did see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was a professional surfer who just got killed. Did you read about that?
Yep, in Hawaii.
He did some parts on acting, too, and it's like... I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just media hype, but it seems unbelievable.
Well,
the water's getting warmer, I think, and that's why they're coming in a little closer.
I guess with the climate change, that's something else we can blame climate change
Yeah.
on? Cool.
So they
that's why I went bald. Climate change.
Yeah.
Everything is climate change. That's why this podcast is going downhill. Climate change. Now, would you still go swimming and you wouldn't be afraid?
I don't like the water as it is. I don't go
I'm
swimming that much.
not the biggest water either.
I would go into my knees.
Yeah, that's about as far as I'm going to go into. I'm not the biggest water fan.
And then even if I did, I'd insure my legs from here down for $10,000.
Like Nick
Yes.
Cannon. You wouldn't want to miss your legs.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can't blame it. You see where Kanye is in trouble? They said he had workers at his house, and it was like forced labor. He was almost keeping slaves at his house. Kanye West. Leave it to Kanye to bring back slavery. Leave it to Kanye. He's the one guy who would actually bring it back. God, they said these people weren't allowed to leave. They were like indentured servants working for Kanye and his wife.
Gee, that's all.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it was a big thing. What's his new wife's name? I forget her name. She's just this crazy broad he married. Well, naturally, she'd have to be crazy. She married Kanye. It's not like.
Yeah, I can't think of her name either, but I can see her face. I just don't know.
But she looks fake. Right? She looks like something like off the internet. She doesn't even look real. She looks like she's a fake. That person can't be real.
That's a hilarious line. She looks like something off the internet.
Yeah, she like AI or something. She doesn't look like a real person. But these workers were claiming that Kanye we were forced labor. We weren't allowed to leave. We had to work all these hours.
What labor was he having them do?
Just working on his property and They were like slaves. Kanye
Literally
bringing back
locked the doors and didn't let them out.
wouldn't
Is
let
that
them,
the deal?
wouldn't let them leave or something. Kanye West bringing back slavery.
He's in the news every other week for doing something even crazier he did the previous time.
He is some piece of
Off
work.
his rocker.
He is unbelievable. The Kanye.
Is he in your family line? You know, did you
I
check
think
that? He might
my
be.
cousin's going to call me and tell me.
Is his
we're
last name
related-
McGonigal?
Yeah, we're related to Kanye West. He was in there somewhere. You see where they had the BET Awards recently, and they did the in memoriam, and they put OJ in there, and people were jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Why did they put OJ in the in memoriam? And it just said OJ Simpson, football player. That's all it said, Ed. There was
Oh, did it?
Football player
I didn't know it said
isn't
that. I heard
even.
that they
That's
showed it. People were
fucking
pissed.
hilarious.
Yeah, they-
Not
Oh
like
my God.
NFL legend.
football player.
That's like how you would have a first grader describe it.
Is that great though that they would put him in the in memoriam? That is so funny.
Well,
The
the Naked Man movies were pretty good, and
Well-
the bit he did with the glove and
But
the
they didn't even have
courtroom
they didn't
was
have him
acting.
at the
Yeah.
Academy Awards in memoriam. I guess they knew better than to have him in there. But
That's-
the BET Awards.
Yeah, I heard
football
that.
player. That's his in the original Naked Gun. When he gets it, when the mafia's about to shoot him, and then he hits the window and falls into the bear trap and hits the fireplace and falls into the wedding cake, and it's the funniest fucking movie scene in history. When the day he died, I watched that scene like 10 times that day.
Yeah, but is that fine? Who would be in
That's
charge?
really
of,
what he's known for, I think, primarily. Is
yeah,
that scene.
primarily is his
If
acting.
you think
his
of OJ, that's what you think.
stealing scenes from Paul Newman in The Towering Inferno was what he's best known for mostly. But who's in charge of the in memoriam? I mean, Kanye? Maybe they put Kanye in charge of the in memoriam. But yeah, let's put OJ in there.
Every year, every award ceremony, there's always an issue with the memoriam. Because remember, like Bob Saget and Norm both got skipped over,
Which is amazing.
and those are two huge.
Yeah.
Joan Rivers, the year she died, she got skipped over.
Joan Rivers, you're
Which is
right.
amazing. But it's usually somebody being left out. It's not putting somebody in.
And it's usually a stand-up or somebody involved in comedy, which is fucked up.
Yeah,
but
yeah, he pissed
this is
somebody off somewhere
This is the
along
first
the
time I've ever heard of somebody being put in and they said, no, he shouldn't have been in there. And usually it's the other way. It's
But also, just football player is such a juvenile wording.
that is
athlete.
funny. Football player. Is that I mean, I remember when Paul Sorvino died, they left him out of the Academy Award.
Mira's dad.
Which is amazing. Yeah, Mira's dad. Not that he did any good movies. Mira's dad. Hey, today-
Pickleball player, yeah.
Yeah. We're getting near the end of this, but I just wanted to say today we're recording this July 7th. It's Doc Severinson's 97th birthday, and he's still alive. Doc Severinsen is still. That's amazing that Doc Severinsen would still be alive. People probably don't even realize he's still alive.
Most people don't even know
97.
who he is.
Yeah, well, young
Probably
people don't
now,
even know who
but yeah,
Doc
he was
Severinsen
the
is. He's been
music guy for the
overshadowed with a
Tonight
Hawk
Show,
Tuah girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still. It's
Wow.
Ringo Starr's 84th birthday, and it's Doc Severinsen's 97th.
He was known as a partier back in the day, right?
Doc
Yeah.
Severinsen, oh,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah. So that's
absolutely.
amazing.
I saw a funny tweet today. I cannot take credit for this. Somebody posted a picture of Ringo, said it's his birthday, and says he looks great. He stopped aging at 40. And then someone commented, so did John. I laughed so hard.
But the sad thing was the commenter was actually Mark David Chapman. He actually put it on there. Oh, that's funny. So did John. But Ringo, it is amazing how good he looks for 84. It's unbelievable
Yeah.
how good Ringo looks.
I got starstruck just seeing his drum set one time. I did a show
Oh, I would.
at a theater, and the next night it was Ringo and his all-star
Wow.
band, and his crew was loading in after the comedy show, and they started setting up his drums right away. And I swear to God, I was like, "That's Ringo's drums," and my jaw was on the
It
floor.
did say Ludwig on it, didn't it?
I don't remember.
When
I was
the-
off to the. I was not allowed on the stage once the show was over.
If you remember when the Beatles, his drums always had that was on Ludwig. It was
Mm-hmm.
always right on the drums. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I saw it from the side essentially,
I
but
would
it
be
was-
starstruck. You kidding? The Ringo's drum set? I would.
Yeah.
Holy cow! That'd be like porn to me. Wow, Ringo's.
He sings
Ringo.
9 Beatles songs, right? What doesn't he? Is he on record singing 9?
On you saying in
Where he's
on
the lead
Beatles
singer, you
albums?
mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
singing
wow.
on 9 Beatles
Oh, maybe.
songs.
I
He
never.
probably does all 9 every single night.
Yeah,
I never
sure.
tried to count them. I guess it's possible.
Not even double digits.
Wow, but that's amazing that he's still alive. He's still running around, still performing. That's unbelievable.
Run for president.
Hey, as long as he sounds
older
good
than, older than Joe, him and McCartney, they're both older than Joe Biden.
Yeah.
It is pretty funny. But listen, after the show, I'm going to sell T-shirts that say McGonigal Hawk Tuah. So, because I spit on that thing. When I say spit on that thing, I mean my career. So, Hawk Tuah. But I want to thank these guys for coming out. Two of my favorites, Pat House and Aiden. You got something to plug? Pat, any shows or anything to plug? Your podcast, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah, I guess I'll do it. Is on every platform. Please check that out.
Andy, anything to plug? Any shows or anything?
Zero.
Zero.
I'm coming off a year of a sabbatical where I took off for the
Oh,
last year.
really?
I haven't done anything in the last year, but
I didn't realize it. You're going to get back into it?
coming
or
back in,
anything?
yeah,
Oh,
just,
cool. Andy, don't get back in.
Yes.
I actually have something to plug.
Yes.
Next week, July 13th, I'll be at Soul Joel's in Pottstown.
Nice.
Yeah, Ed McGonigal, you can actually come see him. Soul Joel's in Pottstown, July 13th. And if there's any bookers out there, wouldn't kill you to book Ed McGonigal. Wouldn't kill you. Wouldn't kill you. Thanks for watching the podcast. Thanks to Pat and Andy. Thanks to Jim Corn. Good night, folks. See you in the next episode.
Comedy. Train.